Alright. The first time that I saw her, well, we lived in the same ward for a while before uh, we actually like met or started talking. So, but the first time that like really saw her or got to know her was at Porcupine Reservoir. Some friends of ours went cliff jumping, and so I didn't have a ride, and so I jumped in the first car that I saw, and it happened to be Natalie's. So that's probably the first time I actually met her. Okay, so I'd met her a couple times, just kind of informally, but so the street we live on, Bowen Avenue, had a big lagoon day, and so if you get, I think it was 20 or 30 people at Lagoon, you get a big discount. And so I ended up going and didn't know a lot of the people who were there because I just got back from some army training. I remember the first ride we went on was Cannibal, and I remember standing in line next to her in Cannibal, and I remember just kind of thinking, it's like, all right, I think I'll just kind of hang out with her the rest of the day, and we ended up going on the Sky Coaster together, and it was pretty fun. So that's probably when we really started to meet and get to know each other.
You know anything?
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, we're gonna have to ask her.
Okay. That's hard. I think my favorite thing about Emily is how kind she is.
Okay, what's her favorite thing about you? You know?
I do not know what her favorite thing about me is. You'll have to ask her. I don't know if we have a song yet. We're actually working on that. But one song that reminds me of her is Springsteen by Eric Church. I think we listened to it when we were coming out to Trenton one day, and so whenever I hear it, I think of her. Ooh, I think her favorite color is blue. Kind of a lighter blue, not too dark.
What's your favorite color?
I also, my favorite color is also blue, but I like it a little bit darker.
I don't know. Floating something river.
So, we floated Oneida River, I think it was in August, up in Idaho, and definitely knew I liked her at that point. Unfortunately, my roommate Josh did too. So, it was kind of like a inner tube battle to see who could stay with Emily on the river the longest, and I definitely won. Define first move.
No, you define first move.
I think. So I was the one that asked her on the date, but I think she was making some of the first moves because around the time that we both started getting interested in each other, she would just happen to be where I was, which was very nice. So probably her.
Okay.
So when we started getting to know each other, one of the things that we do is we'd watch a new TV series called Stranger Things, which is perfect because it's kind of a scary thriller type. And I think it was maybe the second episode that we held hands.
Awesome. Because she needed to be comforted.
Exactly, yeah. Our first date was on September 16th, and we went to the USU Whiteout game, football game. And so we went there, and there were some friends there too that we hung out with. Yeah, that was our first date. Oh, our best date. I think. Well, I have to think for just one sec. I think one of my favorite dates was one night when we all of our roommates were home, and it was just kind of impromptu, and we just ended up going on a walk, and it was a pretty good date. So on that same date that I was talking about earlier, my favorite date, um, our her roommates were home and my roommates were home, and so we ended up going on a walk, and it was raining, or it was starting to rain, and so we weren't sure where to go. Emily said that she knew a good place, and so she took me to the alumni house, where there's a garden and there's kind of like an overhang that keeps the rain off you. And she very slyly asked me to teach her some French, and she said I've been working on my French, so I want to see how this sounds. And she said, "Je veux t'embrasser," or embrasse-moi, which means kiss me. And I had her repeat it a couple times just because I wanted to hear it a couple times, and then we kissed. But yeah.
So you didn't really not need her to repeat it, you just made her.
No, I knew what she was saying. Chocolate.
Okay, what about for Emily?
Chocolate. Oh, my favorite thing to eat is probably steak. It's the best thing.
What's Emily's favorite thing to eat?
Cafe Rio. Oh, that's also a really hard one. I think my favorite movie is Secondhand Lions.
What's her favorite movie?
Oh, her favorite movie. I'm not completely sure. I know she likes series. I know she really likes Lie to Me, and she really likes Numbers.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about the movie.
Okay.
Laundry. I hate doing laundry.
What about Emily?
Cleaning the bathroom. Oh, her biggest pet peeve is when her roommates don't put their dishes in the dishwasher. For sure. Not even a hard question.
Duly noted. Don't do that. Okay, what is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is when people at the grocery store use their shopping carts to barricade themselves in the aisle so that no one can get past them. And then they look surprised when you try to get past them. Any of her floral dresses.
You
She
already
has a
had
lot
that
of
right.
She looks good in dresses.
How would she finish this one? I love it when he wears.
My formal military uniform, my ASUs. I call her M, usually. She usually calls me Jordan.
Those are not
No,
nicknames.
no cheesy, too cheesy. Sometimes she calls me babe.
Okay.
So. Her eyes change color a little bit. They're mostly blue. Sometimes they have a little bit of green, but definitely blue.
Awesome. What color are yours?
Hazel. Probably her eyes or her hair. Both very beautiful.
Oh, okay. What's her favorite thing about you? Do you know?
I don't know. We usually don't talk about those kind of things.
Take a stab.
Maybe you said like favorite like physical feature. I don't know. I guess I'm just devilishly handsome or something. I consider myself a pretty good cook, but Emily's definitely better in the kitchen. She cooks really good food, and she has a nice apron. So yeah, probably Emily. The better driver. Well, neither of us have any kind of record, but Emily's hit more animals than I have. But then again, she lives in Trenton and I don't, so that's kind of a hard one to determine. We're actually talking about insurance rates and how great they're going to be because neither of us have records.
We covered the engagement.
Probably my favorite thing to do with Emily is to go on walks and to hammock.
Tell me about hammocking.
So hammocking, what we'll do, that kind of goes along with walking too, is if it's a nice evening, we'll just go out to Old Main, set up our hammocks, or our hammock, I guess, and yeah, just watch the sunset, talk, eat ice cream, any of that. Oh, okay, so her dream vacation is either Jamaica or there's an island off the coast of Spain. I'm trying to remember the name of the island, something Isabella? But I know that that's one of... Jamaica and that place are her dream vacation spots.
Where's yours?
I think my dream vacation would be to go to Germany. I'd love to go to Europe, look at Germany. I've always wanted to do a family history vacation or family history trip there.
Okay.
If I could live anywhere, it would be Logan, Utah.
Why?
Because both our parents live close by, and most of our families do. Plus, I love Logan.
Okay. Where would she, if she could live anywhere?
I think if she could live anywhere, she might live in Jamaica, just forever. That probably isn't an option, though. We started dating in September. It was on September 16th was our first date. And the week after General Conference in October, she invited me to come meet her family. It was when her grandparents were getting their mission call. And I think seeing her with her family for the first time was when I really thought that she might be the one. I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that it was around Thanksgiving when she came up and she visited for our family's Thanksgiving. I did.
Tell me about it.
Let's see, I think it was around... Actually, no, I do remember. So we went to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, and that same night we came back, and I remember when I was dropping her off, I told her that I loved her.
What was her reaction?
She said that she loved me too.
Well, that's the reaction you want.
Is it a good reaction?
Who thought it first, you know?
Who thought it first?
Yeah.
I don't know. She seemed like she was pretty quick with an answer, so maybe she did. I thought... What did I think when she said it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think too much. I kissed her. Okay, so planning the proposal was a little tricky because we'd already decided we wanted to get married. And so she wanted to be surprised. So we kind of had a short time frame. But I decided to propose to her a day before she thought I would. So it worked out pretty well.
Was she surprised?
Yes, she was very surprised.
So tell me about when it happened.
So it happened on a Friday, so she'd gotten off work at about 7, and she got back a little bit late, so it was almost 8 o'clock. And we went hammocking on Old Main Hill, and had some close-in ice cream. And on the way back home, we passed the alumni house, which is where we had our first kiss. And so I I was really tricky. We walked kind of slightly past the alumni house, and I was like, "Oh, look inside! Look at some of the lights in there." And so we went in and we started looking around, and we'd already decided we wanted to have the reception there. And so I distracted her by saying that I could hide my motorcycle in the bushes as an escape vehicle after the reception. And while she was looking at the bushes, I stood behind her and knelt down. And it took a little bit. It took about 15 seconds for her to finally turn around and see me there, but she was definitely surprised. Uh, when I knelt down, or when she turned around and saw me kneeling there, uh, she kind of, I don't know what the word is. She kind of like hunched over, almost like she couldn't stand up, and I could tell she was very happy. She was very smiley, so it was a good reaction. Neither of us are very emotional, but I think that Emily might be the one to cry first. And I only say that because she cried when she watched The Last Dinosaur. I love you, Emily, because of how kind you are and how much you care about your family. And I especially love you for how much better you make my life. And I'm supposed to tell you how much I love you. It's hard to quantify, I guess, but I love you lots.